And welcome back to the Paul Dolden Details channel. Right, we begin this video with a little bit of a recap. 11 months ago, I introduced you guys and girls to a brand called DRIVETRIBE. They're a UK-based brand. They produce some very interesting and very high-end shampoos and a quick detailer, which I will go through very quickly. If you're not familiar with this brand, if you're not familiar with them, I go check out the videos. I'll put loads and loads of links throughout the video because I'm really good like that and brilliant at editing. Not. Right, get on with it, Paul. The first one I actually made was Cleanse, or I actually reviewed this. This is the Zero Decon shampoo. Very impressive stuff. Brilliant on wheels and great on paint and glass, etc. We're going to be using that this week. Then they made, this is, in my opinion, this is the best shampoo you can get for your money. This is called One. Zero, One, get it right. This is their pH neutral shampoo. It's got so much lubricant in it. It produces amazing amounts of foam and suds. It smells divine. You don't use hardly any of it. You can get away with 10 ml in a bucket. Brilliant. Stop waffling, Paul. Then they made another One, which is called One. This is the wheel shampoo, a high lube wheel shampoo. Great if you've got shiny rims. Then funny enough, they named this Two. How did they get to that? I don't know. This is the quick detailer. I've reviewed this. You can check that video out. Oh, I don't know what they're going to call the next product. Three, is it? Yes, 3 CS. This is primarily a sealant. It says coating. Now, I spoke to Maz about this. I said, why have you put it as coating when it's really a sealant? And it kind of falls into the category of coating your car. Now, don't get too hung up on this and think, that's not a ceramic, that's not a ceramic. No, it's not a ceramic. It's a ceramic maintenance product or standalone sealant. It just falls into the category of coating your car, as in you coat your car with snow foam, but you don't call it coat foam, do you? Very odd. Now, I was actually lucky to be involved with the testing of this. I actually sent out this. This was like a pre-launch sample. Now, it is slightly different to this. They haven't told me exactly what they've done. And if I didn't, I wouldn't tell you anyway, because it's top secret. You owe me some money. Right. So that was the pre-launch one, and they've obviously tweaked it. So it'd be interesting to see how this behaves on the panel. Now, the car got done 2 months ago. It's been driven. It's a daily, believe it or not. Yeah, metro on the road. Who'd have thought it? And I want to see what the water behaviour is going to be like, because I haven't touched the car since. So what's this really all about? So really, if you've got a ceramic coated car, you can maintain its finishes. They've done some tests on this, because Roger's got a car which has got ceramic coating on it. And it really brought it back to life. It sort of livens it back up again, because ceramics can get clogged up over a period of time. And this will, in fact, reinvigorate your car's hydrophobic ability. That's the easiest way I can put it. This is water-based. It's super slick and very glossy. You need to pay attention on the application, because it's not completely straightforward. And also, when you leave your car 24 hours, expect a big surprise when you go and look at it. Don't worry, it's all good. Anyway, that leads me to give some drink advice this week. I think you should drink red wine out of a pint glass, because it just saves you getting up. It's quite simple, isn't it? Anyway, roll the video. So here we go then. You got your pint of red wine in one hand and a bowl of crisps in the other. This is Cleanse Zero Decon shampoo from DRIVETRIBE. Fantastic as wheel cleaner and tyre cleaner, and makes a very good pre-wash. You might think this is odd, keep showing you cleaning the wheel arches, but this is me just doing my maintenance washes, and that on the end of that gun, I will put it in the video underneath, because I keep getting asked what it is, and don't worry, I'll put it in the video. That is 100 ml of Decon shampoo to 1 litre of water, approximately. That's it. Drop your tough shine on the floor, then scrub it back into the tyre, you bell end. What's wrong with you? Now, you can see that brown residue coming out. If it comes out like that, hit it twice. It'd be much better for your dressing to adhere to the tyre. And you're probably wondering, why don't I take that trim off, that wheel trim? Simply because they are as rare as getting interfered with at the traffic lights by your wife or a traffic warden. So pretty rare. Yeah, you can't find them anywhere on the online unless you go second hand, and the ones I've looked at are awful. That's the reason I don't take them off very often. So you can see, hit it twice. Those are Samsung car care brushes. More about those in a future video. It's actually worse at the back of the car. And of course we have the sagging issue from the front suspension. That's getting sorted very, very soon. We've got hydroelastic suspension. Look at the gunk coming out of that. Normal speed for this one. You can admire the filth. How I didn't spray the camera, I'll never know. Yeah, nasty. So once you've done all this, of course you want to know what the paint looks like. How did the prototype stand up? I'll show you. Not that great, although it could be clogged up. But it doesn't look that brilliant, does it? Water behaviour on that. But that was the prototype. I can assure you it had been beading nicely. Now look at the rear door. Why is that beading? Simple. Some bird decided to open its bomb doors and emptied its stomach all over the rear quarter and the door, so I had to clean it, and I spritzed it with QD and then forgot I was doing a video. What a cock. Never mind. That's flat. But strangely enough, the glass is okay. Very odd. So we go around the car again with the pre-wash. Once again with the litre trigger spray. So you can dial this back. I've got 100mm in there, so it's super strength, super strong. It clings to the paint. Don't do this in direct sunlight. It is strong stuff, this. Get it on the car and then rinse it off. But don't rinse it off straight away. I'll show you what we're going to do next. While you take another slurp of your favourite drink. And your wife asked me, "You're not watching that bald idiot again, are you?" There we go, yeah. Another 100mm in the lance now for the snow foam stage. That is a detailed online lance with a high definition stubby gun. Yes, they're out of stock, or they appear to be at the moment, but obviously with what's going on around the world, getting stock in, a lot of detailers, stockists, is quite tricky. Give this around 5 to 10 minutes. It works very, very quickly, this stuff. This will strip anything off the car, or the remainder of what we've got on the car. Nice deep clean. Blimey, the sun's come out. Quick, get your bikini on. That's only weekends, obviously. So one thing that I hate about this car is the door rubber area, or window rubbers. This seems to just, I don't know, the gunk just gets stuck in there and it runs down the door. Got told off not for doing that last time by the boss. Nothing worse than getting pulled up by the boss, is there? Ooh, no. So give it a thorough rinse down before we get on to the next stage. What I love about cleaning this car is the size of it. So now we are of course going to give this a 2-bucket wash. I could have used the maintenance shampoo, but no, we're going to go one step further. We're going to use a bit more Decon shampoo. You want around 40ml in your bucket. That is the quick plug for Samsung Car Care, the new wash mitt. Give that a quick whiz over the car. It's not the foamiest shampoo this, but then again it's doing the job. Stripping the nasties out the clear coat. Now you can of course clay your car, but then you'd have to follow it up with a machine polish. This car's been done before, so I'm not going to worry about that. Another incredibly quick rinse down. The 1:24 scale Metro. What's this? A new toy? That's a big hose. It is. And it gets bigger when you hold it and turn it on. That is the big boy blower. I did ask permission to get my hose out and they said yes, not a problem. You'll see more of this on the channel, and the hose. Brilliant bit of kit. 3000 watts of warm air. Handy for classics because they really do hold the water. Once you've done this, it's onto the panel prep, or IPA if you've got any IPA. Worth using this to take anything out the paint that's left. You might think this is completely over the top, but all this helps with the bonding process. And I'm going to quote something that Maz said. Pretty much this goes for everything, all different products you're going to use on your car. If you haven't got the right bonding process, they're not going to perform. So it's well worth doing these steps. Finally, on to the actual main event. On to 3. Now, I'm going to show you a number of ways of doing this. And obviously I'll tell you throughout the video the easiest way. Coat your applicator sponge, or applicator, whatever you want to call them. These do hold the liquid. They hold products very, very well. Cross hatch it, swirl it, whatever you want to do. Get it on the panel. You will notice it very, very streaky and hazy. This is perfectly normal. Do not worry about this. Move on to the next panel and that will give the previous panel time to cure. So once you've done this, you can then level it off with your first microfiber. Very lightly, don't go mad. And then just leave it. Move on to the next panel. So you can see it sort of hazing over on the panel. So once you've done this, you then go back with a separate cloth and then start buffing it off. Now, I did find that the first time I did this, yes, it worked exceptionally well, but the best way I found was to spritz the towel, the microfiber, a plush one, very lightly with some water. Just make it very, very slightly damp. Don't make it wet, slightly damp. And already you can see the gloss coming through. This is kind of like taking wax off, but you can't really see it very well. There is residue, you'll see it on the panel, almost like water droplets. Look at that reflection. Well, or I'd rather not actually. Most things as they get older improve, a bit like wine. I appear to have gone downhill badly. Don't look too bad, does she, for an old girl? You can literally do a panel at a time or one side of the car at a time. Experiment. There is no crusty residue like waxes. There is, however, a residue on the paint and you will see it, but it is faint. It's streaky. It's very odd stuff. So when you do your last buff off, just a little bit more pressure. That is Dress from Details Passions. He should have it in stock when I was filming this. He said it was coming in, it was coming over. So dress your tyres and then move on to your trim stages. And that is it, ladies and gents. That is Garage Therapy 3. Do not panic, there's some beady stuff coming up. So the Metro looks really, really good, but I've got to say to you, it looked better 2 days after. You know, the next day was good, but even after that, it just richens. The gloss levels are absolutely mind-blowing on that car. I mean, I spoke to Maz on the phone, and he said, I'm going to be a little bit biased. He reckons that's the best the Metro's ever looked. It probably is in the time we've had it, so it is very, very good. But there is a key to applying the product. I found the best way in the end is to load up the applicator, okay, and you should really wear gloves, by the way. I don't wear gloves because I'm operating the camera, but try and wear gloves, Black Mambas if you've got them. Yeah, so Black Mambas, and that's not another website. Getting confused now. Right, so don't overload the panel. It's fairly pointless. Once you've loaded this up, it's ample, you know, and you can do your cross hatching, you can do it the other way, the old Mr. Miyagi wax on, wax off way if you want. Coat the panel. 30 to 40 seconds, or if you wish, move on to the next panel, do a couple of panels at a time. Then I found the best way to do it, to take it off, is a very, very, very lightly damp plush microfiber. That's my personal opinion. You can do it any which way you want, but this is, I found it the best way. Microfibers, I'll put a link down below from High Definition Detail. Hopefully it'll be in stock, Shane. That's the way I found it, the best way to take it off. You can do it with 2 cloths. You can just level it off the first one and then choose another cloth of your choice, dampen it, buff it. Go back the next day, buff it off again if you want to. It's the gloss levels the next day are so good. Honestly, it's brilliant, brilliant stuff. So it's a little bit tricky to apply and take off. It's not like whipping around with a QD. You know, you can spray this stuff everywhere, buff it off, and it flashes off and it's done. This just takes a little bit more care, okay? So it's not an easy on, easy off product. I guess this is kind of aimed at detailers and enthusiasts alike, okay? So that's my personal opinion anyway. It is a good product, and I was actually looking for something I could coat cars or seal cars, shouldn't say coat, and get some decent longevity. So I appear to have found it. Right, we're going to talk about a price. So how much is this? Bearing in mind this lasts 5 months plus, it's 18 quid. Go check them out. Check out the rest of the products on the website. Massive thanks to Maz and Roger, you know, the team at Garage Therapy, for getting me involved with this. I know they're working hard behind the scenes, producing all sorts of new products, and no doubt you're going to see them on this channel and various other channels. So big thanks to you guys. We have another YouTube shout out this week. Nobody asked me to do this. I just find these really good channels, and I think you guys and girls should watch them. Everyday Detailing, Phil. I've been watching some of his videos. They're really, really good. UK based again. I'm not biased. I watch Miranda. I watch Phil over in the US. Go and check him out. Everyday detailing Phil. He does cars that, you know, when you go to like a second-hand car lot and you think, oh, that's pretty tidy. How did it get like that? Well, you're going to find out if you watch some of his videos. He resurrects a lot of these cars. There's a bit of painting in there. There's a bit of detailing, a bit of valeting, a bit of everything, really. Go check him out. I'll put his channel underneath. Right, that leaves me to say, take care of yourselves. Thanks for watching. Please keep subscribing. Please interact. I try and answer all the comments over the next sort of 2 or 3 days. If I don't get back to you, I'm not ignoring you. I get bombarded. So please interact with the channel. Keep subscribing. Look after yourselves. See you on the next one.